If you want to make gaming shorts just like this, all you have to do is watch this whole video and have Davinci Resolve downloaded. Don't have it downloaded? Don't worry, I'm gonna leave a link for it down below. Alrighty, now that you guys have clicked the link, we're gonna go ahead and scroll down just slightly. Click on the free download now. Don't be confused by all this. Just go ahead and go to the bottom left one. Click it. Windows if you're on, obviously if you're on Windows, Mac if you're on Mac. Go ahead and fill out any of the information that has a little asterisk on it. Once it's downloaded, go ahead, open your files, go over to the download section and find it should be at the top for you, obviously, if you just downloaded it. Double click this file. It's going to ask you to extract all. You're going to go ahead and do that. Put it wherever you want. I just leave it in the downloads folder. Go ahead and click extract. Once it's extracted, you should find another folder labeled the same, but without the little zip icon on it. Go ahead and click that, and it should go ahead and open Davinci Resolve for you. Once you do get Davinci Resolve installed and you go ahead and get it open, you should be prompted with a screen like this. You probably won't have any projects like I do unless you've been using this software before, obviously. We're gonna go ahead and click new project down on the right. You can label your project anything you want. Sometimes I use the date, sometimes I use what the video is about. Go ahead and click create. All right, the very first thing we're gonna do is go down to the bottom, click on the edit tab, and we're gonna do a couple of things to set ourselves up for success. On the right top corner, you're gonna go ahead and click the inspector tab, and then on the top left corner, you're gonna click the effects tab. One quick thing that I promise is going to make a huge difference for you. It might be a little bit weird at first if you have been using the software before, but trust me, it's going to make a huge difference for you. On the top left, click Davinci Resolve, go to keyboard customization, and in the top right search bar, go ahead and put in Ripple. Scroll down until you see Ripple Delete. Click this. I'm going to go ahead and make this my number 3 key. Scroll down a little bit farther. See Trim, Ripple, expand this. And then the end to playhead, we're going to make 2. And the start to playhead, we're going to make 1. Go ahead and save this. And now we're ready to get editing. Go ahead and find the clip you were going to use before. Go ahead and drag it on over into Davinci Resolve's media pool right here. Go ahead and click change so that your frame rate matches your clip, even though we're going to go ahead and check that now. At the top left corner, go ahead and click file, scroll down to project settings. Now, if you're posting YouTube shorts, reels, anything like that, vertical content, all you're gonna do is go ahead and switch these 2 numbers right here. Make sure your frame rate's at 60 and click save. All right, now go ahead and drag your clip down into Davinci. If it's not already enabled, go ahead and click this magnet tool right here. It just makes your stuff clip together a little bit easier. All right, go ahead and go to where you want the clip to start. Press 1, and that'll automatically move your clip to the front of the timeline. Gonna go ahead and press space to play through a little bit. All right, right after this, I have a little bit of dead space, and if I want to cut it out, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Using my arrow keys, I move over frame by frame to find where I'm spinning and or turning. I'm gonna go ahead and press B on my keyboard and then click on my timeline. I'm gonna go to where I want my clip to resume, find an area where I'm also turning, going frame by frame with my keys. I see I'm turning here. I'm gonna go ahead and I still have my cut tool open. So what I'm going to do is press A to go back to selecting my clip, select where the clip I obviously want to cut, and go ahead and press 1 again, and that'll move it right over to where I was. Now when I go through, it should be pretty smooth where it's going to look like we're turning in one motion. Say we went through and made multiple cuts and we wanted to delete each section that we wanted. All you would do is click the section you want to delete and press the 3 key, and it'll automatically move your timeline around so you don't have to drag things. Also, a little shortcut: if you accidentally do something you did not mean to do at any point in time, if you hit Control and V at the same time, it'll undo what you just did. Once we find where we want our clip to end, we're gonna go ahead and select that clip and press 2, and that'll end our clip. Once you have your clip edited exactly the way you want, you're gonna click and drag, select everything, go ahead, right click and go to the very top. It'll say new compound clip, create, and that'll just make all of your edits into one single thing again. If your image looks like mine and it's just very large right now, all you have to do is go over to the zoom, click 0.32, and that'll bring you right to full screen. The next thing we're going to do is unlink our clips. Right click, go to the very bottom, unlink them. So this will separate our visual from our audio. We're going to click our visual, hold Alt, click and drag it above, and it'll duplicate the clip. For me, I have a face cam, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is drag another clip above that, so I have 3 separate clips: one for my face cam, one for my gameplay, and one for my background. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to click our video track 1, go over to the zoom and make that 1 again so it takes up our full space. Down here in the bottom left corner, you should have your effects. If drag down to open effects, click that, and you're going to see the third option being Gaussian blur. We're just going to double click that, and that'll apply it to the clip that we have selected. So if you have multiple clips selected, the blur will go on all of them. So make sure you only have video track 1 selected. On the far right, we should now have an effects tab open over here. We're going to go ahead and click the strength, and I'm going to go ahead and put that at 0.7. Now we're going to go ahead and click on video track 2. This is our gameplay track. We're going to go ahead and drag our zoom to the right until we get to where we want to. Wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you like it. If you have your face cam in here, you're going to obviously want to zoom until your face cam's not in it anymore. And then something I love to do that makes my stuff feel a little bit more smooth is I go over to this cropping section. If it's not already open, just click it. At the very bottom, there's a softness tab. Bring that to about -6.8, and that'll bring you right to where it blurs together your background and your gameplay. The last thing we really need to change is go over to the video track 3. This is our face cam. I'm going to go ahead and use my scroll wheel to zoom up so I can see a little bit better where I'm cropping. And then I'm just going to drag each one as far as I want to the right or left to get it exactly cut out. Once you get it cut out, again, I go down to the softness. I like to put this one right around -3.4. That brings another blur around my face cam to draw it into the background even more. Now, when we go to zoom up the face cam, it might get lost in the timeline. So we're going to go ahead and click this box here on the left. It'll show us a little bit of an outline of where it is. We're going to go ahead and zoom our face cam to where we want it. 1.3 looks to be about where I want mine. And then I just drag my position X or my position Y to where it'll bring it back into camera and bring it up to where I want it. Another thing I tend to do is on this second clip, I just drag the Y down a little bit to sort of bring the gameplay more into it and my face cam out of it. And that's it. You're basically done. The last thing to do is export your project. We're going to go to the top left file, go down to quick export. I know that doesn't sound right, but it is the best way to export. You can export using however you want to. If you're posting on YouTube, it's going to be H.264 anyway, so you might as well just use H.264. Click export. Then you just have to decide where you want to save your stuff. Make your own folder for that, however you want to do it. Save your project. Hopefully I made this pretty painless for y'all. If you guys want to see some more in-depth tutorials, maybe some slow motion stuff, things like that, let me know down below. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Get some good sleep tonight, and peace.